Listen, if it saves me even 10 minutes a day, I don't care if it's lazy, I'm buying it. Because the Real Flex is a home that runs itself while I'm working. And these next 10 products do exactly that. Okay, without further ado, the very first product that saves me so much time every single day are these new shoe organizers that I got off of Amazon. These have been absolutely game-changing for our mudroom. In the past, I've had shoes absolutely everywhere. There was hats, shoes, scarves, gloves, everything was all over because the system that we had just wasn't working for us. So what I did is I found these amazing shelves on Amazon, and they come in different tiers. You can do a 3-shelf tier, a 5-shelf. And what I love most about these particular shelves is that they have like a wooden flat top, so I can utilize them to store baskets on top for things like socks that I keep there, hats. Anytime that we come in from outside, it's like a little drop zone for all those little miscellaneous items that I can put into a basket, and it looks nice and neat and organized. This has solved so much of my problems when it comes to shoe management and saves me time every single day. Okay, the second item is actually such a random find, but it literally saves me so much time, and they just happen to be the sponsors of today's video. The YONEISALL pet drink fountain. You might ask yourself, how on earth would a pet fountain save you time? Well, I have a dog and 2 cats that absolutely refuse to drink still water. In particular, our 13-year-old cat is completely nuts about drinking only running water. And this product has saved me not just time during the day, but my sanity at night, because she will wake us up at 2 a.m. almost every single night just so she can get running water. We've tried several different drinking bowls for our pets in the past, and I believe that this is the best water fountain for pets. And the fact that it's Amazon's top 3 really sold it. And I know that my pets aren't just being dramatic about their water. The quality of their water actually matters to their health. Because stagnant water grows bacteria at a much faster rate, it's actually not healthy to have your water bowl just sitting there. And because our 2 cats and our dog do share a water bowl, not only is that bacteria times 3, but we're running out of water a lot faster. The YONEISALL stainless pet fountain is completely stainless steel, so it's actually going to inhibit the growth of bacteria, and it's a lot easier to wash and sanitize. The stainless steel design helps to keep the water cleaner for 95% longer. And yes, it's totally dishwasher safe. I can toss it into the dishwasher without a problem, and it gets nice and sanitized. Because this fountain circulates water constantly, it's like a running faucet at all times. So my pets have a continuous supply of their own personal sink running for whenever they need it. It's not just a stainless steel bowl with a little faucet. It also comes with a 5-layer filter, which filters out any of their pet hair, food, any kind of debris that may have fallen into the water. It does a really great job circulating all of that into the filter, collecting it there, so your pets are having clean water at all times. It actually does save me time when it comes to constantly refilling their bowls, washing out slime, sanitizing, and making sure that they have properly cleaned fresh water. Okay, if you have picky pets and you also care about their health, but you don't necessarily have the time to devote to properly making sure that everything is constantly changed and washed and cleaned. Honestly, I barely have the time to wash out my own water bottles. So the fact that I can do this once a week, I can set it and know that my animals have fresh, clean, running water at all times. And if you have larger animals, this will work even better because you always have a large capacity of water available to them and they're not running out. It's actually currently on Amazon right now with a Black Friday early offer, so you guys can click the link in my description down below and be sure to get yours. All right, this next product I have talked about on and off on my social media page ever since I got it, and it's the Alexa smart plug. Because if you think that this is just some smart plug that's like compatible with Alexa, it is, but it's so much more because what I use it for has absolutely changed everything for me, because I use it as like a smart alarm clock that is paired with my lights. So I take this tiny little plug and what I do is I pair it with my Amazon Alexa, and I basically ask it to wake me up at a certain time every single morning by turning on my lights. And I can program this to turn on my dimmable light switches at any time. So you can plug in any lamp, you can plug in your coffee maker, any kind of machine, basically anything that has a plug, you can pair it with a smart plug. So let's say you plugged your curling iron into this and maybe you left the house or your iron or maybe some kind of like electronic device that could catch on fire. Let's say you left the house, completely forgot to turn it off. All you have to do is go onto your app, select to turn off that plug, and it will turn it off in your home. Not only is this a cool like safety gadget, but it'll save you time from double guessing yourself of whether you turned off certain things. But like I said, my favorite hack is to go ahead and program it to wake me up gently. All right, these next two things go together. These are Amazon products. This is a laundry cart system that I built for myself that has completely changed the way that I do laundry. It has completely changed the way other women do laundry because they have written me on comments, they have commented, and it is absolutely, in my mind, revolutionary because it has saved me hours. I kid you not, hours. My laundry system is simple. It's a cart, it's a rolling cart on wheels combined with these collapsible baskets. They don't have to be collapsible. I just personally love these baskets because if I choose not to use these in the future, I can store them away until I decide to use them elsewhere. And so all I did was I took the rolling cart that I purchased on Amazon and I measured the base of it to make sure that the baskets that I purchased would fit onto this rolling cart. And I created a stacking system of baskets. And so now, as soon as my laundry is done in the dryer, I do not take it out a load at a time, put it on the couch, start folding. Like, I don't do any of that anymore. What I do is I directly go from the dryer. I will take the item that I'm folding and put it into the corresponding basket because I have labeled each basket based on whose laundry it is. So my husband has 2 baskets, my kids all have 2 baskets, I have 2 baskets each. And so they're kind of paired side by side to one another, and that laundry goes directly into the corresponding basket. Anything that is going to be hung up is hung up directly while I'm still in the laundry room, and then I take the entire system, I roll it into my hallway, and I will distribute the clothes into everyone's drawers, closets, hangers, all of that is done. And because I am avoiding the step of transferring from the dryer, then to the couch, then I have to sit there and fold it, I'm avoiding that step completely, and everything goes directly from dryer to their proper basket away into their drawers. So this system has absolutely changed the game for me with laundry and saves me so much time. All right, this next one is a makeup brush washing machine. Who would have thought, who would have known? But this is a tool that does save me so much time. I am super dedicated to washing my makeup brushes once a week now that I have this machine. Before I wasn't, because it takes like 25, 30 minutes. By the time you soap them up, by the time you squeegee them out, soap them up again, wash them out till they're unclear, then you gotta dry them. It's a whole process. I didn't want to do that. So when I found this makeup brush washing machine, it has completely alleviated all of that. Every single Friday morning while I'm getting ready, as soon as I'm ready for the day, I automatically put my makeup brushes into this little washing machine system. I press the button, it runs its cycle, and it'll go in both directions. It'll alternate, kind of like a centrifuge machine. And then it also has a small little base on the bottom that's kind of rough, and it helps to really get into those bristles. So I will run the cycle twice, and then I will transfer those brushes into the second compartment of the washing machine, which has a blue UV light and a little dryer. So it dries them, sanitizes them, and all I had to do was press a button twice. So that's it. Saves me a ton of time, and my skin is so grateful. This next one saves me a ton of time, and it's the Ninja 10-in-1 multi-cooker. This saves me time because I don't have to whip out different machines that I then have to all wash individually. If I need a rice cooker, I have one. If I need a slow cooker, I have one. If I need to saute, I have. Everything is done in one compact little machine. I wash one bowl. It's all dishwasher safe, which is great, and I'm not hauling around different kitchen appliances. It's all done in one thing. I can saute my onions in the saute feature, and then I can pour in my soup ingredients, and it can go as a slow cooker. This saves me time because everything is practically dump and go. I just cooked some rice in it the other day, and it came out fluffy, delicious. Again, one button. Dump the ingredients, press the button, good to go. I need to saute something or sear it, do it, and then pour in the rest of the ingredients, slow cook it if I want to, sear if I want to. Everything is done in one compact little machine here, and I have very few pots and pans to wash. All right, this next product is so good for you because you are going to be so happy you had this on sick days. You know how people tell you to go ahead and make soup for yourself when you're not feeling good? Who has the time or the energy or the health to do that when you're sick? So what I like to do is I take these silicone freezer trays, and whenever I've made a batch of soup of any kind, you can do this with other foods, but particularly soup, I will take these silicone molds and I will dump in my soup and I will freeze it. And then I will store it in Ziploc baggies in my freezer so that when I need soup on a sick day or I just feel like having soup, I can just take this block out of the freezer, warm it up on my stove, and I have fresh made soup in like 2 minutes. This is such a time saver. And anytime if I make a double batch of something, maybe I made a lot of rice, I will take a portion of that, freeze it in these blocks in the freezer, take them out as soon as they're like hard solid, and then I will store everything in Ziploc bags. Okay, now since we're still in the kitchen, I'm going to tell you guys about my amazing large capacity chopper. So this is not like a food processor. This is not a small capacity onion and vegetable chopper. I love how big this is because when it comes to my capsule cooking meal prep days, this thing is a beast. Not only can I dice up my onions nice and fine, it will even go through those nice large sweet potatoes. And I do love this particular one. Is super easy to clean. I toss it in my dishwasher. Just don't put the clear piece on the bottom of your dishwasher during like a high heat because it may warp it. So learn from my mistakes. But as a chopper, this thing is a beast and saves me a ton of time. All right, number 9, if you're not chopping, you're shredding, and I'm not shredding by hand either. So I use this Rotary cheese grater. I think it's made for cheese initially, but I use this for any time I need to shred carrots, beets, cheese. My favorite thing to use it is when I'm making my lazy sushi bake and I don't want to chop up the imitation crab. I will shred it through this like machine, and it comes with a ton of different blades. You can slice, you can grate, you can shred in a matter of seconds. And cleanup is also a breeze with this one because it's important to me that the tools and the things that I buy to save time actually save me time, including the after cleaning, you know? And the last thing I need to scream this from the rooftops is my Zep foaming wall cleaner combined with my flat mop. I love the O-Cedar flat mop for floors because it's super easy, super convenient, but I also have another flat mop from Amazon that I really love because it also separates the dirty tank chamber and the clean water chamber. But particularly what I like about the Amazon flat mop is because of how wide it is and how big the handle is. So when I go to wash my walls, which is always for some reason quite controversial, but when I go to wash my walls, I have such a large coverage area and it's so easy. The other day we had an applesauce incident in my son's room where applesauce was splattered all over the walls. It dried and only then did I find out about it. So when I came in, I just used my Zep foaming wall cleaner and this flat mop. It took me like 2 minutes. I kid you not. Every time I'm surprised. I don't know why, but that's just how good it works. I will use the Zep foaming wall cleaner absolutely everywhere. It's sold out pretty frequently, but they do restock. And then I will spray it on those like stuck on messes. It's great for like crayons, pens, but the favorite thing that I use it for are those like black dark marks from feet, handprints, all the icky, you know, kid stuff that happens. So it will wipe all of that off so quick. I don't have to scrub. It doesn't damage my walls. It's super easy. And then when I combine it with my flat mop, the combo together is absolutely incredible. It gets my walls so clean every time and my walls and rooms smell amazing. Also, pro tip, if you cook a lot and you maybe use onions and spices, the fastest way to deodorize your house is to go ahead and use a flat mop with a little bit of cleaning solution that you like the smell of. And the Peach Fabuloso, that one is, oh my goodness, I'm obsessed with the way it smells. But to go ahead and put that into your mop solution and then mop your walls, and it is perfect. Your house will be deodorized, smell amazing, look amazing. Okay, I beg you to try at least one of the products that I mentioned and let me know if it saves you any time, sanity, because I am all for finding things that are actually helping me. I'll spend the extra money here and there if I'm buying time, because I may not want to invest into a housekeeper, a house cleaner, but I do have Amazon Prime. And with that, I can do probably more than what a housekeeper can do for me because I'm able to buy back my time. And I hope you found at least 1 or 2 products that you can try that are going to help buy back your time, save some time, and spend more time with your family.